And let's start off with some breaking news. The Shiv Sena has denied receiving any calls from Amit Shah. Now, this denial comes after BJP sources said that Amit Shah called Uddhav Thackeray in a last-ditch attempt to save the alliance. Now, Uddhav's office is now denying that they've received any such call. Remember, this is in fact a crucial and significant development, considering that both parties have been holding hectic parleys within each other and with each other over the seat sharing that has in fact remained inconclusive for a while now. But latest reports, in fact, sources were telling headlines today that the BJP wanted Uddhav Thackeray to remain flexible on seat sharing, but now the Shiv Sena are coming out and saying that BJP President Amit Shah did not in fact call them, has made no effort to approach them. Now, we did in fact bring you reports that Shah was appealing to Uddhav to save the alliance, and he urged Uddhav to rethink on seat sharing and be flexible. Remember, the BJP wants the Sena to rethink on the 59 seats which the Shiv Sena has not won. Now, this is being seen as the BJP's attempt also to be seen as a partner that has made an effort to save the alliance. Now, the deadlock is continuing over the seat sharing between the NDA allies. The Shiv Sena looks ready for a split. Now, Uddhav's office, in fact, coming out and denying that Amit Shah, in fact, approached them. Brijesh Pandey, our correspondent, now joining us. Brijesh, we understand that there's been a sort of confusion of sorts because the BJP, in fact, we had reports telling us earlier that Amit Shah has made this last-ditch effort attempting to reach out to the Sena. But right now, Uddhav's office, in fact, denying that this even took place, that Amit Shah has made no effort to actually approach them.
Well, there is a confusion about this particular telephone conversation. We were told by our sources in BJP that Amit Shah has indeed made the call, but there is no independent verification, and a section of BJP leaders belonging to Maharashtra have also denied it. It seems, that there are claims and counterclaims between the Shiv Sena and the BJP, and both sides want to portray, especially BJP wants to portray an image which goes to the line of that, that BJP is not the party which has gone ahead and broke this 25-year-old alliance. And these efforts are seen in that particular direction only. Yesterday also 3-4 senior BJP leaders I spoke to, they were saying that that the BJP does not want to break the alliance, but if you ask them what kind of concrete steps the BJP is taking to save the alliance, they couldn't say much. So it's very clear that they are trying their level best to give this perception that the BJP is trying its level best effort, or making its level best effort to make sure that this alliance does not fall through.
Right, Brijesh, just stay with us. We also have Sahil joining us on the phone line. Sahil, what happens if there's no consensus that's reached, considering that all these meetings, the hectic parleys, have in fact remained inconclusive, and now the Shiv Sena are coming out and blatantly saying that Amit Shah has made no effort to approach them. Right, we'll try and in fact get back to Sahil, but let me go back to Brijesh Pandey, who's joining us live. Brijesh, this denial coming in even as reports came in that BJP President Amit Shah made a last-ditch attempt at saving this 25-year-old alliance. So in the light of that, let's just say that the Sena is actually is not willing to be flexible. What happens then, considering that all these hectic parleys over the weekend have more or less remained inconclusive?
Sena remains inflexible, then honestly speaking, I don't see any chance of this alliance going any further. And I think, since politicians and political parties are extremely careful about the auspicious moment, I think once the Shraddh gets over in another couple of days max, and once the Navratri starts, I think this is the window time both these parties have, and once the Shraddh ends, I think both parties will then part ways, because the BJP is also very clear in the approach that they will definitely not fight elections on 119 seats, and they're saying that if the Shiv Sena agrees to concede another 6 seats, I mean any seat between 125 to 130 is acceptable to BJP, but they're saying that the current offer which has been made by the Shiv Sena, 119 seats, is something the BJP always had, so there is no reason for them to feel elated. They're saying because this is the number of seats they have been fighting for a very long time.
Right. So
the option is very clear. The Shiv Sena on the other hand is saying that they have a mission 150, and if they fight any election any less than 151 seats, then they will not be able to get 150 seats and not be able to fulfill their mission 150.
Brijesh, so let's ask Sahil to weigh in here. Sahil, does the Shiv Sena look ready for a split with the traditional partner in case a consensus is not reached?
Absolutely, because now the game has started ever since Uddhav Thackeray made a public speech and made a final offer saying that he won't be able to come down from 151. After that, now both the parties are trying to put onus on each other. That because of Shiv Sena is trying to put onus on BJP, saying that it's because of BJP the alliance is breaking, whereas the BJP is trying to do the same thing about Shiv Sena, that because of Shiv Sena's hard stand, the alliance is breaking, and they did try to for the last effort, which BJP is also trying to protect. That's what Shiv Sena is thinking. Maybe because of that, story of denial is coming out about Amit Shah speaking to Uddhav Thackeray. Now the thing is that Uddhav Thackeray has called his people to prepare the list of the remaining seats of other than 151. They are trying to prepare the list so that they should be ready for any eventuality, and they have asked their cadre to be ready, because yesterday also they had called the district presidents of all Maharashtra districts, and they had a discussion with them. Uddhav Thackeray had a direct discussion with them and asked them, are they ready for if Uddhav Thackeray decides to go alone for the elections. But now again, even in this, both the parties are playing the game of the game that who will blink first. I mean, who will be taking the onus on its head and decide, okay, now we will have to go alone.
Right, Sahil, now we've spoken about what the Shiv Sena is going to do, but let's look at the BJP. They are reconciled to a near inevitable breakup with the Shiv Sena. So now they're sort of preparing a rollout plan with the smaller allies. So the political situation in Maharashtra is changing, and both parties, definitely the BJP would want it to continue in the same spirit that the partnership has been going on for so long, in a sort of mutually respectful manner.
The situation for its own benefit, because now the BJP thinks that they are not the smaller party as they used to be in 90s. After the long alliance, the 25 years alliance, and especially after the Modi days, they think that they have properly rooted in Maharashtra. And even if the Shiv Sena decides not to have an alliance with BJP, the smaller parties like Swabhimani Shetkari Sangathan or RTI can help them getting the 10-12 seats they need to form the government. And they, on their own, especially in Vidarbha and northern Maharashtra, they will be able to get good number of seats, which will bring them to 100. That's what the BJP's arithmetic says at this point of time. But, it will be very interesting to see, because Maharashtra for last many years have not seen elections where the parties are fighting on their own. The parties are fighting with alliance partners. So that will be very interesting to see.